What's up, everyone? Welcome back to A Line on the Stars. I'm Jordan, and we are back today with another episode of the Wonderfest Amazing Model Build and the Razor Crest from the Mandalorian. And we're starting today with the parts that we're not going to be using from the standard kit. It's taken me a minute. I had to go through and look at each one of the sets of instructions for all of the green strawberry kits. I needed to make sure that I wasn't painting anything that I didn't need to paint, which I've already done a little bit, but I did all of this here in the beginning when I wasn't sure, what I was going to be doing for mods or anything like that for this model. So up here is all of our internals. All of the internals, basically they just give you the cockpit. And so that's the main reason why. I went ahead and pulled Mando and Grogu off of there. And then I've also harvested bits of the sprue off for a different project. So, yeah, that's what that is. We have our clear bits here. I've chosen to not use the windows. I want you to be able to actually look right into the model. I'm assuming that's going to be okay. Just kind of a choice. I want you to be able to see the fine detail even when the top is closed. And so then we have the parts that we had already worked on, and these are the parts for the engines. Got a bunch of parts for the weapons, and then random landing gear bits and what have you. A lot of this, this is going to be for the engine mod. This is going to be for the weapons mod. This is going to be for the landing gear and external bits mod. This is going to be for the cockpit mod. And so we're going to be eliminating all of these pieces. But then, God, we're going to be adding probably 1,000 more, quite literally. And so what I needed to do was get all of this separated and ready to go. And then the whole point of today's episode, my friends, is to finish getting everything painted and ready to go. There were several of the pieces that haven't been primered yet. There was, like the flip side of things, what have you. And then we've added a bunch of our resin pieces. And so what we're going to be doing today is taking some of the tips and tricks that I've learned. And a special shout out to Relentless Storm, Dave. Who, if you haven't checked out his channel, you definitely need to check out his channel. He is an amazing modeler, does some amazing work, and is really great at explaining how to apply paint and detail to models, and specifically gave me a bunch of tips and tricks on how to get the lacquer put down. And so we're going to be applying that today. I'm going to go ahead and throw a link to his channel down below. Make sure you check it out. He's got some really cool stuff going on. So he does a lot of tanks, and let's just say that Night Shift has his run for his money with Dave and the way he paints his tanks. So check him out. But he went ahead and gave me, so that all said, I'm taking as much knowledge as I can. I'm getting a master class in model making right now from all the guys over at Hobby Time Modelers. And I'm taking everything I can. And so the whole point of today's episode is to actually learn and apply the tips and tricks that were given to me on how to put down proper base coat, lacquer base coat, and then how to properly apply the aluminum, the AK aluminum. And we need to do it in several small coats instead of one thick heavy coat. I'm just doing things, and when I ask for tips and tricks, that's what I mean. I'm learning how to do things, and this is a really important model to me. So what we're going to be doing today is learning how to apply our lacquer. So we're going to be taking all the parts that need to be finished up. We're going to get them lacquered up with our primer. And then for the parts that have already been primered and are complete, we're going to go ahead and get our AK Xtreme metal aluminum down over the top. We got a lot of work still to do on the external parts of this model, just from the base model itself, including a few of the external mods, before we can start working on the inside, which is where all of my time is going to be going for the next month. So my plan is over the next couple of days to get all of this recorded and ready to roll, and I got a lot of painting to do ahead of me. So that's the plan for today. So we're going to go ahead and get into the booth. I'm going to go ahead and get all of our... I'm not going to be painting everything on camera. There is a ridiculous amount of parts. Let's just go and I'll go ahead and pull this up real quick. Inside here, I'm not going to move it. I probably can. I can show maybe a little bit. You can see how everything is labeled and numbered. Each one of these has a plan for what they need to have done to them. These are all the remaining pieces from the stock model. we're going to be taking care of getting our primer and then our AK metal onto all of this. So that's going to be the plan for today. You guys aren't going to see the whole thing, but we're going to be getting some of it on, and I want to show the process of me getting the lacquer onto bigger parts and basically, like, learning how to do this properly, which is going to be several thin coats. So next up, we're going to be into the paint booth. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the music a little bit, and we'll be back and to talk about how everything went and review some of the pieces, and then we'll be going on to review what we're going to be doing next. I hope you guys enjoy. Here we go. All right, we are back now. I have to say, this has been a completely eye-opening experience. It's going to inform how I'm going to be doing my paint going forward. A lot of my work has been done with me attempting to get all of my paint down as quick as possible. Not quite the technique we should be using, right? So I learned a lot here. And through a couple of very simple tips, I was able to achieve a perfect paint job. Like, there are no flaws in this paint. Like, I don't know if it's a perfect paint job. I maybe probably could have done better, but it took 10 coats of the Alclad to get it down to that shiny point that I wanted to get to. And it was just 10 very light coats. And then it was 5 coats of the AK. And I gotta say, the AK Xtreme Metals sprays gloriously. You don't need to thin it. I found that 22 psi is a good psi for shooting this, at least for the setup that I was using. I was using my, what did I use? I used my MadWorks, my M202. It's a 0.5 millimeter, and I used that one to spray the AK down, and it just glorious. It, like, quick little couple of shots, and then you just walk away for a couple minutes, and then a quick little couple of shots, and then it was easy. Like, it took nothing it took nothing to get this nice glorious color that I was looking for. And with the Alclad, that's the tricky part, is being patient. You really want to just get it down, get it shiny, and get it moving on. But you can't. You have to be very patient and get it down in several very thin coats. And eventually, it will get to that shiny appearance that you're looking for. And then, don't touch it. Got to avoid that coppering, which I also found out. So, all of our small pieces are also taken care of. What's interesting is I had exactly enough paint. And that means both exactly enough Alclad black gloss primer and exactly enough AK Xtreme Metals. It took me one full bottle of both to take care of this model so far. I was able to get all of the stock parts taken care of with one bottle of each. So if you are building the Razor Crest, know that you're going to need probably about, I oversprayed in the beginning, so you're probably going to need about one bottle of each. I wound up picking up another bottle of each because we still have all of our resin parts for our green strawberry set to paint, which is what we're going to be doing next. And then we're going to start some assembly and get ready for putting on the Aztec dummy. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. So I just want to say thank you and a huge shout out to both Todd and Dave. Todd, Marvel Phoenix. You can find his work over at his channel as well, Marvel Phoenix on YouTube, but primarily you can find his work over at mypartworks.com. If you build partworks, you need to be checking out his site. He does them all, basically, and he does a great job of explaining how to do them. And then Dave, Relentless Storm, over on YouTube here. If you're not watching his stuff, you should. He is an amazing modeler, does amazing work on armor, and has this amazing ability to explain how to do things in such a way that really just makes sense to me. I don't know. But if you watch his videos as well, his cool, calm demeanor, it's really enjoyable to watch his videos. And if you watch the work that he does, the reason why I was able to get here was through the tips of both these guys. Todd was the first one to reach out, and then I reached out to Dave to talk about specifically how to weather and do all of this work. And he agrees also as well that this AK is just an amazing paint to shoot. So if you're looking to do any sort of metal work, look at the AK Xtreme Metals. That would be my recommendation. So that's what I got for you today. Now, in the next episode, we are going to be going through and cutting off and working on some of our resin pieces for our external bits. So I need to finish getting all of my resin pieces for all of the engine and external modifications done, because I want to get all of this paint work done. I need to get working on the inside, and I need to get working on it now. I'm going to need to do some modifications. I need to cut a couple of these sections out, and then basically fit in our resin pieces and making sure that we get everything nice and fitted together properly. And then we're going to be taking our Alclad, getting our gloss black down, and then we will go ahead and show you one more time a great application of both the Alclad and the AK Xtreme metals. And so I set out to learn how to use lacquer paints today properly, and I feel like that was super successful. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, please. Definitely interested to hear what you have to think, and I definitely recommend both the Alclad Gloss Black base and the AK Xtreme Metal aluminum, in this case, as a combination if you're going to be painting the Razor Crest. So, I just want to say thank you. I know that there was a million things you all could have done today. Instead, you spent a couple minutes with me, watching me build a model, which I think is pretty damn cool. If you guys have any questions, comments, tips, tricks, please leave them down below. If you'd like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. And my friends, until we see each other again, I hope you all have a wonderful day in this beautiful world where you happen to be. And just remember that this is the way.